An 18-year-old in Maryland has been banned from walking at her graduation because she violated school rules by becoming pregnant. Her name is Maddie Runkles. She goes to Heritage Academy, and according to the New York Times, Maddie's Christian school decided she won't be allowed to walk at graduation because she is pregnant. That's not all. The school board also reportedly suspended her for 2 days after discovering she was pregnant and removed her as president of the student council. Now, a little curveball to this whole story is that Maddie's father serves on the school board, and he says, quote, typically when somebody breaks a rule, you punish them at the time they break the rule. That way the punishment is behind them and they're moving forward with a clean slate. With Maddie, her punishment was set 4 months out. It's ruined her senior year. Maddie spoke with the New York Times and she told the New York Times that she did in fact break a school rule by becoming pregnant, since the school reportedly bans any sexual activity outside of marriage. But she said she's being punished more harshly than other students who have broken different school rules. Basically, the school is saying that this is an internal issue about which much prayer and discussion has taken place. She is currently being defended by a national nonprofit anti-abortion group that has celebrated her for keeping the baby. She's set to graduate next month, so I guess we'll see how this pans out. But I was a little surprised tonally about this story because it's interesting that Maddie is obviously a prominent member in her school, her father as well. This is a family that is very involved with the school, that agrees with the rules that the school has set out for its students. It seems that the issue here is just the punishment. That's what I think is really fascinating, because they're fine with the strict rules of no sexual activity before marriage. They're fine with abiding by those.
She should be punished by it.
Yeah, she acknowledges that she made a mistake. It's just that they don't agree that the punishment fit the crime, the rule break. What do you think about this?
It's such a strange story, honestly. And actually, the first thing that I thought about was, what are they gonna tell this baby when it grows up? Like, this is what happened to your mother. Like, she had you and she was punished really badly by the school that she went to, and that's the story of your birth.
Yeah,
and like, I'm with you, and I think when you sent this story that, okay, like losing, the student lost her student council board position or whatever, that's fine. She was punished, but why are they extending this punishment so much?
4 months down the line.
Like, do you hate babies? Like, it happened, okay, they all understand that they made a huge mistake, but I don't know, what kind of sect of Christianity is this? Maybe I'm ignorant to all of this, so maybe.
I don't want to speculate, so I won't say, but
anyway, regardless about that, I'm sure they're anti-abortion.
Well, they obviously are. It is a strict Christian school. To me, what I was thinking of about her not walking 4 months down the line, this seems to be sort of image control, image protection on the part of the school, because graduation, families come from all around. It's a good way to spread the word about the great education that your kid got there. It's a moment that is captured on cameras, and you want the students that are walking at graduation to exemplify the pinnacle of success that you can reach at that school. You're getting a diploma. Now, while she's still allowed to have her diploma, not allowing her to walk, I think, is more of a visual statement. They don't want she'll be showing at that point, because this is 4 months down the line. Let's say she's been pregnant for about 5 months. You guys will recall Sam was showing at 5 months. So I think that they don't want her walking across the stage representing their school, because they don't want that visual imagery of a pregnant 18-year-old associated with this Christian academy. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, because as you pointed out, it's so much bigger than just a pregnant teenager. We're talking about a baby here.
You can't hide it. Like, this happened.
Well, and I don't think
this baby's gonna be born, and they're gonna take care of it. So like, what are you gaining out of all this punishment?
Yeah, and I also really empathize with.
And it just makes you a shitty fucking person.
I empathize with the father who was serving on the school board, who sent his kid there hoping for the best possible education that they would grow her. And I sense a lot of betrayal in the interview in the discussion that he had with the New York Times, that he served on the school board. I think he actually stepped down following all the discussions surrounding this, which of course I understand, especially because it's a conflict of interest. He's like, please let my daughter walk at graduation. I don't know.
It just seems like this whole thing has nothing to do with actual religion and like people's beliefs, and it just has more to do with politics
at
the school.
I absolutely agree with that. And another thing that bothered me is the school that issued the statement to the New York Times saying an internal issue about which much prayer and discussion has taken place.
There was no prayer.
Well, so what kind of gets under my skin with that is because sometimes when people say I'm praying on it or we prayed about it, it's one of those, it's a sort of response that you can't really debate. Because someone who prays about something, are you going to say that you are?
Maybe it was a typo. Maybe
you know better than what you received from prayer. You know, they're praying. I just think that it's sometimes it's such a flimsy argument to throw out there. We're like, well, I prayed about it and I came to this decision. Well, that's not. It's just not enough because I don't know what you prayed about, and I don't know I'm not privy to your discussions with God. Now I'm someone that prays myself, but it's not a strong argument for punishing a child.
It's a perversion of religion to use that as an excuse. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, guys, we want to hear from you in the comment section below. What do you think about Heritage Academy not allowing Maddie to walk at her graduation? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we will see you next time on Pop Trigger.